Hey guys, so today I have my October book haul for you. I know it's late, but better late than never, right? Anyway, this is going to come in 3 parts. So, part 1. These are books that I actually got off of the internet. The first 2 were found. They were being offered for free. I can't remember the site, sorry. They're part of the Iron Phase series by Julie Kagawa. This is called The First Kiss. It is a scene retold from Ash's point of view from the Iron King, I believe. And then I have Ash's letter to Megan, which takes place in one of the later books. I can't remember which, though. Sorry. Then I had to rebuy The Turret by Marjorie Sharp. I'll get into that in another video. And I also received this Barnes & Noble leather-bound edition of Grimm's Fairy Tales by the Brothers Grimm. This is actually listed incorrectly, so when I went to purchase something else, this is what I received. And the seller was kind enough to not only refund my money, but tell me to keep this book as well, which was very nice of them. Part 2, the books that I got from my local bookstore. I got Orr, My Story by Bobby Orr, and I've wanted to read this for a while now. I'm glad that I could finally purchase my own edition of it. Also the fact that I met Bobby Orr a couple of years back. He was actually doing a signing at my place of employment at that time, and he was gone before I finished my shift the night that he did the signing. But the next day I was covering a shift for a coworker, and he was actually in one of the other rooms doing a press conference, which I didn't know till I left work. So I stuck around, and I ended up getting his autograph, which is pretty awesome. And I had it put to my last name rather than my first name so I could give it to my dad. And it said, "To the family, best of luck, Bobby Orr." That was the highlight of that day. I'd met Bobby Orr, which was pretty cool. I'd given the autograph to my dad, and when he saw that I'd purchased the book, he gave it back so that I could keep it in the book and just to have that keepsake and remember it, which I thought was really sweet of my dad. The next one that I got is Allegiant by Veronica Roth. No, I have not read Divergent or Insurgent yet, but I think I'm going to put them off to the side a little bit longer just because there's so much hype surrounding this series, especially this last book, that I think I'll just wait a little while and then pick it up. The next 2 I actually had to order in, and they were the ones that I was waiting on to be delivered. The first is Emerald Green by Kirsten Gier. This is the conclusion to the Ruby Red trilogy, and I haven't read it yet. I'm just really nervous to pick it up because I know that I'm never going to experience another part of this story for the first time. But I'm really excited that I have it now. The next one was actually due to be released in September, if you guys remember that book haul, but Canada didn't want the same release date as the US, I think. That's what went down. So this one wasn't being released till the month of October, but I finally have it, and that is A Spark Unseen by Sharon Cameron. This is the sequel to The Dark Unwinding, and I'm so excited to have it. Stunning edition, yet again. It matches the first book very well, very well. The only difference is you can see the electricity. Anyway, the only downside to this is the dust jacket is a different paper. It's thinner and it marks and dents and tears and everything very easily, which I don't really like very much. The last book that I picked up from my local bookstore, I actually wasn't planning on it, but the title caught my attention, and that is A Study in Silks by Emma Jane Holloway. I thought, oh my word, that sounds like A Study in Scarlet. I looked a little closer, and it says it's about Sherlock Holmes' niece, Evelina Cooper. That was anticlimactic. And I thought, oh, that's it, I'm sold, I'll get it. And then I just kind of did like a quick sweep over the back, and it sounds like it's got some steampunk elements to it, which is very exciting. This is the first book in the Baskerville Affair, I believe it's called. The second book is A Study in Darkness, which I believe was recently released. And the third book is A Study in Ashes, which is either released the end of this month or at some point in December. So, The third part of this book haul are the books that I bought at a local bookstore. No, not a local bookstore, at a local library sale, which is very exciting. I'm probably not going to give a lot of details with most of the books, but let's get into it. By Anna Martin, I got Karen's Sleepover, Karen's Campout, Sunny, and Welcome Home, Marianne. By Lisa Papadimitriou, I got Rosetta's Daring Day. I got Out of the Darkness by Lauren Brooke. The Secret of the Indian by Lynn Reed Banks. The Case of the Chocolate Fingerprints by Parker C. Hinton. The Screaming Skeleton by A.E. Parker. Roald Dahl's Revolting Rhymes. By Alexander McCall Smith, I picked up 3 books in his Akimbo series. It's a children's series, but the covers and the colors and illustrations are just beautiful. I have Akimbo and the Elephants, Akimbo and the Lions, and Akimbo and the Crocodile Man. Then the last 3 books that I got were actually in the young adult area. I have Carrie by Carol Gift Page. This is actually the sequel to, or actually the companion to the novel Kara. And I'm hopeful that for 10 cents I don't really need to go and buy the first book to be able to read this one. But it sounds interesting. If I don't like it, then I only paid 10 cents for it. Then I picked up Major Crush by Jennifer Eccles. I believe this was her debut novel back in 2006. And not only is the cover pretty, but the storyline sounds really humorous as well. It's about Virginia, who is tired of being in beauty pageants all her life, so she pierces her nose and tries out for the high school drum major for the marching band. Now, she ends up getting the title, but she has to share it with a boy named Drew, and their heated competition turns to sizzling romance. It just seems like it's going to be a really fast, fun read. The last book I picked up is The True Confessions of Charlotte Doyle by Abby, and the first sentence on the back is what caught my attention. Not every 13-year-old girl is accused of murder, brought to trial, and found guilty. I'm really excited to read this. I think it will be a very interesting read. That's everything I got. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments, or if you want to share anything, then please share away. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, go and pick up a random book and read. Bye, guys.